I wanted to share a reflection I gave today in my capacity as a chaplain to my hospice's all-employee meeting. Sometimes people ask me what my hospice work or my chaplaincy has to do with crisis management, and the answer is multifaceted. Crisis, like hospice, involves a lot of grief. It involves a lot of time wading through the darkness and suffering with people. And sometimes hospice just reminds me to be grateful. It's work I love to do, and it is my honor to do it alongside some of the most incredible people. So this is the reflection that I shared. I think a lot about the world's problems and how they seem to be magnified in the microcosm of our little hospice. We know in our minds, in the news, for some of us in our own lives, that there are issues of poverty, injustice, violence, particularly against BIPOC and immigrant and LGBTQIA communities. But we walk into our work every day and are confronted by the further reality of these societal ills mixed with the challenges of death and dying. Other people get to read about the issues and feel their heaviness from afar, and we witness them. We talk a lot about our work as death work. And just that, means that we wade around in one of the things that our society denies. That alone makes us different. It means we often carry the heaviness of grief, or that other people say things to us like, I don't know how you do the work you do, or I could never do that. But what people don't see is that paired with the death work is our work for justice. When we care for the people living unhoused, the elderly, the impoverished, the disabled, the immigrants, the marginalized, the veterans, the addicts, the people who have been pushed out of the system for their race, the people who live alone and who will die without family or friends when we care for them. That is caring for justice. We see to those people who have been ignored, we are going to be the ones to offer you dignity. We will be with you in the sorrow, and we will not look away. We will not look away. I know some of you from my time in the field or at our inpatient unit, but that's not just the hospice side that wrestles with these societal challenges. It's everyone in finance who scrambles to keep a unhoused man or woman in our inpatient unit so that they can die loved and cared for and supported and not on the streets. It's our palliative care team and our PACE team that offers companionship and care and support, and sometimes the only friendly face that our elderly see as they are in facilities. We all face these systemic issues, and yet we manage to show up and try and bring dignity and care to others. We've all seen the signs that read healthcare heroes, essential frontline workers. But to me, it's not just healthcare heroics that define us. It is the fact that each of you model tolerance, civility, everything that our world needs. You are not simply frontline for providing healthcare, you are frontline for justice on every single major societal issue that we face. And I know that many of you are tired and that you are looking around and wonder why other people aren't jumping in to help with all of this heaviness. And I don't know. And it makes me angry too. And my only advice is to not let that anger simmer against one another. We are all fighting the good fight. Stop and give the people you work with the benefit of the doubt. Recast them as your fellow justice warriors. Be angry. Be angry at the politicians, at all the people sitting on the sidelines, at the people who are cutting our funding for our work instead of expanding it. Be angry and outraged at them. But turn and show compassion to each other. We need each other to keep going. So let's take a moment to bless the ones we've lost, the patients that we loved, and those that helped us catch a small glimmer across to the other side. But let's also bless those who brought us to our knees, those that made us angry and ashamed and afraid. Bless those who are a window into the world's ills, because that is justice work. It is full of muck and sorrow and pain, but it is worth it, because if not us, then who will do this? Who is willing to stare death in the face every day? If we can bear witness to death, we can also be keepers of justice. So let us bless the dead. And then let us turn to one another and offer blessings of support and care and grace.